and divorce to being widowed or starting a family on your own, there are many paths that could lead to single parenthood. Now, being a single parent is tough. There's no debate there. But better understanding of the challenges faced by solo parents can help us to offer much needed support to many who find themselves taking on this role. After all, much of society still views men as not actually up to the task of parenting solo. Now, women are assumed as caregivers. They are also assumed as the nurturers. They are called keepers of the family and house owners. Wherever you are watching us from, welcome to episode number 20, and we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You are also more than welcome to click our notification bell and also share your feedback. Single parenthood is for many an uphill climb, and indeed, for all single parents, there are stigmas to shatter and walls to knock down. Now, many single fathers bear the burden of not just having the benefit of splitting parental responsibilities, but taking charge of housework, paying bills, etc., etc. Now, this episode, we follow the dialogue I had with one of our viewers and the struggles that he had to go through as a single dad at work and without work. Now, indeed, for both single fathers and single mothers, having to manage not only the parenting, but the finances and logistics of running a family solo is a daily challenge. Now, these pressures are likely to take precedence in their worries, but there are many other aspects of single parenthood that might be less expected. Now, Abdi, not his real name, who got in touch with me and wanted to share his story, is a man under great distress following the separation with his wife, to whom they had been married for the past 11 years. Now, as a single dad with the custody of two children aged 10 years and 3, Abdi has taken a dual role of parenting. Now, things started going south in their marriage once he lost his job due to being made redundant as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the factory that he was working in had to be closed down due to harsh impact of the production of rubber after COVID rocked down their factory. Now, Abdi informs me that the wife could not bear with the harsh reality of struggling to afford a meal a day, leave alone even just putting up their firstborn child in school. Now, after a few months, they were evicted from their home due to unpaid house arrears. Now, on August 2020, Abdi left home in search of his normal daily casual jobs so that he can be able to sustain his family. Now, after being successful on one day and successful on the other day, this day he returned home empty-handed because he was not successful on his daily wage hunt. He only found two kids who were in their single room alone. The wife had gone and is now missing for the past 1.5 years. According to Abdi, he had found out that the wife found a better man, and that's how Abdi now lives as a single dad. So Abdi found himself facing the reality of playing mother and father at the same time. Now, with a 2-year-old baby girl and a son of 9 years by then, Abdi had to juggle not knowing how to handle the little baby girl, even feeding the child. Now, Abdi informs me that he had to learn through the hard way to manage the children. He had no time to go for the casual jobs, and he had no money to take care of the needs of the children. Now, Abdi, as a single parent, states that he was criticized not once, not twice, by people who view two-parent household as ideal. As a single dad, he had to endure rude, off-the-cuff comments like suggestions that he was babysitting, and this also crushed his ego, and it crushed also his inner spirit. Comments such as man without a wife, comments such as a loner, and in fact, even previous supportive family members suddenly started acting as if the single status of Abdi meant that he is incapable of providing everything for his children. Now, the little girl developed an infection, and this was as a result of the poor hygiene due to Abdi's lack of knowledge on the toiletry cleaning of girl child. However, the girl was treated and Abdi was trained on how to wipe and change a girl. Now, since Abdi had to go for casual jobs, he could tag along the little child on the back and the 10-year-old son together with him. As a single dad, just like many single parents, he often ran into logistical challenges. He could not be able to be in two places at the same time because there was no partner to fall back on. He ran into unexpected problems like the lack of changing ideas and even the lack of a place where he could be able to change the little girl. He was forced at times even to do it in the men's locker room. In fact, at times he even suffered suspicion from strangers when he was out with his children. At times, Abdi was feeling so overwhelmed at the pressure of feeling solely responsible for not just the daily tasks, like getting the kids to school on time or paying the bills or even just the general child's happiness and well-being. It's not just the external pressures. Abdi had concerns about his own preparation to rear and raise his children on his own, and he did not even have any experience or even examples to rely on. Now, some issues may affect single dads or single parents, and here I will highlight, for example, visitation and custody problems, the ongoing juggling of personal works and work-related responsibility. It could be conflict between the parents if they are both alive. It could be the emotional impact on separation as a result of either divorce or death or the cause of the split. It could be problems caused by dating and or entering into new relationships, or complications by extended families coming here and there, and struggles which could arise from co-parenting or even step-parenting, stresses that will end up building up as a result of financial strains. Now, it will be more beneficial to consider the obstacles and strengths of single fatherhood in order to better support families led by solo dads. Now, the good news is that single fathers who choose to take one of the challenges of parenting as a solo dad are just as capable as any other parent. Now, addressing these challenges and seeking support and information can help single dads succeed even as they raise these children. Now, while being a single parent is hard, it isn't always impossible. With the help, hope, and perseverance, single parents can do amazing things. And in this regard, all single dads out there can continue to do amazing things. But change doesn't just start from within. In order for single fathers to become the men they should be and the men their children deserve to be, then the society needs to change its perception. And in fact, the perception on single parents. Because single dads are capable, they are competent, and they need the support too from all the people who are around them. Now, in this episode, allow me to share with you some comments from single dads as they share with us their challenges and their triumphs. One single dad said, "It's hard work and real challenge involving anxiety and stress. A real respect to all single mothers out there in the world." Another one said, "If I didn't spend a few years as a single dad, my son and I probably wouldn't be as close as we are now." Another comment was, "I can make the bacon, I can fry it up, I can braid some hair and catch some football game all at the same time. Now I am a superman because I have to be, and it's the highest honor of my life. I'm proud to be a single dad." Another one mentioned and said, "I'm always asked what was wrong with their mother." Someone mentioned, "It's tiring, humbling, and inspiring. There's nothing else I'd rather do more." From another single dad, he writes and comments saying, "It's difficult at times. Now, traveling recently with a 3-year-old daughter, we had a layover and had to use the restroom. I was aware of the stigma of bringing her into the men's room, but managed to get by." Now, when it's all said and done, all these are feedback from single dads, but ultimately at the end of the day, they deserve a lot of support from everyone around them, knowing so very well it's not an easy task to survive or to manage as a single dad. So kudos and lots of congratulations to all the single fathers out there. And so on this week's episode number 20, this is the simple truth of the week. I admire any single father because there are so many fathers who give up on their children, and those who stay, especially ones who do it alone. In fact, they deserve a lot of praise. Always remember that by being a single father, you have chosen to live a life that is first dedicated to your children and then to you. You could have had it easier too, but you decided to be there for your children. And so for that, you need to be proud of yourself, and your community need to stand for you. And when it's all said and done, to all the single dads out there, keep on doing what you're doing. Many much support for the sacrifices that you're making to all your children, either your son or your daughter. And we thank you for watching Let's Talk Stuff, this episode number 20. If you have any experience that you want to share with us, kindly drop me a note on the handles that are running down on your screens so that we can all learn from each other. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, LTS, or at Njenga. You are watching Let's Talk Stuff, episode number 20. And as we always say it here from LTS, remember, the most highly valued asset of any successful company is the staff. And among those staff that you have is a single dad who needs your support because they struggle twice as much as those who have dual roles. Until next week, from us, be safe, be kind, God bless, and support all the single parents in your company. Until next week, next video, goodbye for now.